Hey everyone, it's Dave with Android Police, and we're at Huawei's booth here at IFA in Berlin, and I'm holding the Ascend Mate 7. If you've not heard about this phone yet, that might be understandable. Huawei doesn't really market in the United States, but if you're in Europe or Asia, you probably are well aware of the fact that this phone is a thing. They announced it yesterday, and we're here at the Huawei booth trying it out. And one of the things that really got everybody's attention was undoubtedly the fingerprint scanner right here on the back of the phone. Unlike other fingerprint scanner implementations, as Huawei really rightly pointed out yesterday, this is a single-step unlock solution. Apple requires you to press the home button for Touch ID, and Samsung obviously has to press the home button and then swipe, or the power button, in order to use their system. Huawei teamed up with a Scandinavian company and built one of the world's first, it uses some kind of radio frequency technology to scan your fingerprint instead of actually the typical fingerprint scanning technologies. So all you do, and I've registered my fingerprint on this one, and just one finger, is you press the back of it while the phone's off and let go, and it's on. I've been trying this probably 15, 20, or 30 times since we've been in the booth. It works every single time, reliably, and the screen turns on quickly. It's legitimately impressive. It makes this a really desirable phone from a personal security standpoint and just for convenience. A lot of us are just too lazy to use pins or passwords these days, and this is just way, way easier. And honestly, unless there's some kind of weirdly high failure rate on these, I don't see any downsides. This is legitimately cool technology. The rest of the phone is impressive too. The all-metal body feels very tightly screwed together. Everything seems pretty premium. More premium than the Mate 2, which I've got right here, and is covered in blue stuff from my jeans. But as you can see, the Mate 7 is substantially smaller than the Mate 2, while it still has a 6-inch display. Now, the Mate 7 name doesn't really make any sense to me, because it's not a 7-inch phone, and that's, I kind of think, what people were expecting. But they say it's because it has 7 attributes or some other BS that they call it the Mate 7. I don't think the name makes any sense at all. It has Category 6 LTE and tons of band support. Huawei obviously is using all of their own chips in here, aside from the GPU, which is an Imagination Technologies Power VR unit. It's a Huawei processor. It's a Huawei radio. It has 2 radio antennas in the device, one on the bottom and one on the top. So they say if you're holding the phone from the bottom or the top, it doesn't matter. You won't experience major signal degradation because the phone will know to switch to the alternative radio. Now, if you hold it with both hands in horizontal mode, obviously you're going to lose some signal, but that's pretty cool. You don't see a lot of phone OEMs really talking up their antenna design these days. Otherwise, this phone is running, I believe, Android 4.4 on Huawei's UI layer here, which does look substantially different from the existing one. In fact, it looks like they've stolen a lot of Android L's design features, including the navigation buttons here along the bottom, which are, of course, based on the L preview. It does only run KitKat, though, so this isn't an L device, obviously. Overall, it feels very fast. The 1080p screen is reasonably bright. It seems a little dim here in this booth. It's hard to tell how well it's going to stand up outside. I do like that the current Mate 2 is very bright. This seems a little dimmer. So maybe the switch to that full HD panel does have some sacrifices in terms of usability for brightness. Overall, though, Huawei's new UI layer, sans the fact it doesn't have an app drawer, seems reasonably attractive. You'll obviously be able to theme it, as Huawei has long featured on the EMUI system. But yeah, that's our brief overview of the upcoming Huawei Mate 7, and if you're in America, you unfortunately may never see this phone, but we'll see what happens.